Have you tried to lose weight? Do you want to learn different diets like Mediterranean or DASH diet? Maybe low carb, low fat, or high protein diet? Do you want to learn how to choose the best diet for you? If so, stay tuned. Hello, I'm Dr. Derek Leon and welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about weight loss diets. If this is the first time that you are in this channel, well, we usually review different medical topics like health, diseases, diet, and exercise with the medical information available in an easy way so anybody can learn from it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss any new video, and also give a like to this video to show your support. In our previous video, we learned that obesity is related with an increase in your mortality rate and also is related with 230 comorbidities and complications that almost all of them can get better if you lose weight. If you haven't seen that video, it will be in the description so you can watch it later. Another thing that we learned in that video is that if we want to lose weight, we gotta make a plan. We have to go to our doctor. Our plan will be the following. First, we have to stick with a diet. Diet is the first plan. Second, exercise if you can do it. Third, behavioral therapy might help. Fourth, if the three previous ones didn't help, well, maybe your doctor is going to prescribe you a medication. And fifth, depending on your body mass index, you could be a candidate for a bariatric surgery. First, we are going to learn how to set our weight loss goals. Do you know how many kilos or pounds do we have to lose in order to get a benefit from it? Actually, different studies like this one from the New England Journal of Medicine shows that 5 to 7% of weight loss in the first year can reduce our risk for cardiovascular events. Also can reduce our risk for dyslipidemia, hypertension, and even diabetes mellitus. Other benefits include reduced use of hypertensive medication, statins, insulin, also urinary incontinence, sleep apnea, depression, and improvement in quality of life in different areas like physical functioning, sexual functioning, and mobilization. And if you can achieve at least a 10% of weight loss in your first year, as shown in this study from Lancet, you can reduce the risk for cardiovascular events at 10 years. The rate of weight loss is directly related to the difference between our energy intake and our energy expenditure. In other words, it's how many calories we eat and how many calories we burn. According to the World Health Organization, there's an equation where you can calculate your energy expenditure. I know it's quite complicated, but I want to highlight 4 factors that actually determines how many calories we burn. Those factors are age, sex, weight, and physical activity. If we know how these factors actually affect our life, then we are going to lose weight. First, sex. Male burns more calories than females. Also, younger people burns more calories than older people. Another thing is, if we increase our physical activity, we are going to burn more calories. And finally, is the weight. If we are heavier, we are going to burn more calories than if we are lighter. I want to highlight this point because actually, if we are setting a goal, a weight loss goal, we are going to have a weight. And while we are losing weight, if you understand this, if we are losing weight, while we progress, we are going to burn less calories. That's one of the reasons that many people that start a weight loss program, they stop losing weight and maybe they gain more weight. Because the lighter that you are, the less calories that you are going to burn. So what can we do about that? Well, we have to have a strategy. While we are losing weight, we have to decrease or reduce our calorie intake, so eat less. Or we can burn more calories with an increase in our physical activity. Those are the strategies that we can do. Just as a general advice, reducing calorie intake should be the main component of our weight loss plan. Let's start reviewing the diet. Let's begin with a balanced low-calorie diet. If we are going to plan a diet, we have to know how many calories we are going to get and also which food is going to give us those calories. We have to look for healthy choices. We need an adequate amount of nutrients like protein, carbohydrates, and essential fatty acids. We need to eliminate alcohol, high sugar beverage, and also we have to eliminate concentrated sweets. We can start with a portion control meal. One simple approach would be to actually buy individual packaged meals that can help you to control how many calories do you take, like formula diet drinks using powder or liquid formula diets like elemental diets, nutrition bars, frozen food, and prepackaged meals that can be stored at room temperature as the main source of nutrient. Let's start with low-calorie version of healthy diets like the Mediterranean diets. That includes high consumption of vegetables, fruits, legumes, grains, moderate consumption of alcohol, mainly as wine. Also, moderate consumption of milk and dairy products, most in form of cheese, relative low intake of meat and meat products, and high level of monounsaturated fat acids like olive oil. The Mediterranean diet is associated with a reduce in the cardiovascular events and also prevention of diabetes. Let's continue with the DASH diet, or the dietary approach to stop hypertension. This one includes 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, 2 to 3 servings of non-fat dairy products, and less than 25% of the dietary intake from fat. This diet is related with a decrease in the blood pressure. That's why its name. Now let's talk about low-fat diet. Low-fat diet with healthy choices of carbohydrates is not associated with weight gain. We can approach this diet in 2 ways. First, we can make a menu plan and emphasize it in reduced fat foods. Or the second one would be, instead of counting how many calories do you take, we are going to count the grams of fat that we intake. How can we do this? Well, many experts recommend a daily intake of less than 30% of fat. In practical terms, it will be for each 1,000 calories, you can eat 30 grams of fat. So if you're aiming for a 1,500 calorie diet, then you cannot eat more than 45 grams of fat. Now, let's talk about low-carb diets. Proponents of low-carb diet says that the obesity epidemic is due to a low-fat, high-carb diet, but actually this is misleading. It depends on the type of carbohydrates that you eat. If you eat energy-dense snacks or highly concentrated sugar beverage, then this might be the case. But if you have a healthy choice for carbohydrates, it is not the case. Low-carb and very low-carb diets like the keto diets are better for short-term weight loss than low-fat diet, according to a study from the JAMA. But in the long term, at 12 months, there was no difference between them. But we gotta be careful about that kind of carb diet that we are doing. Right now, the keto diet is everywhere. But do you know that there was a study in Annals of Internal Medicine that checked about different kind of low-carb diets? If it was a plant-based diet, actually it was shown that it reduced the mortality. But if you are doing a low-carb diet highly based on animal products, then actually the mortality risk increases. But don't worry, that's why we are here. We are here for learning and change our life. Another interesting thing about the very low-carb diet is that it is associated with more side effects than a low-fat diet, as shown in this study from the Annals of Internal Medicine, where we can see that this diet has more probability of constipation, headache, halitosis or bad breath, diarrhea, muscle cramps, general weakness, and rash. Those are some side effects that we can get from very low carb diet. Now let's talk about high protein diets. This diet has been recommended because they are more satiating and also because they increase our thermogenesis. This is our capacity to produce heat from metabolic processes. But different studies have shown that between a high protein versus low carb or a low fat diet, it hasn't shown any difference between them. So at the end, it depends about what is best for you. But what about very low calorie diets? These are the ones where your calorie intake is from 200 to 800 calories per day. According to the Obesity Society, that they made an analysis about very low calorie diets versus another diet with a calorie restriction. The very low calorie diet was superior for short-term loss, but in the long term, there was no difference. But following this very low calorie diet is not harmless. Actually has side effects. Between them we have hair loss, thinning of the skin, coldness, and also this is contraindicated for any woman that is pregnant or is lactating. But what about that so popular intermittent fasting? Well, according to a study from JAMA, intermittent fasting versus another restrictive calorie diet was not superior at 6 and 12 months. So at the end, it depends if for you it's easier to follow a intermittent fasting or to continue with your calorie restrictive diet. Now it's time to choose the best diet. After reviewing all of them, we can conclude that the best ones are the Mediterranean one and the DASH diet. Why? Because they give us the benefit of a healthy diet without a restriction of any nutrient like carb, fat, or protein. In general, we should prioritize in choosing a diet that emphasizes in a highly intake of fruit, legumes, vegetables, whole grains, also nuts, fish, and a low intake of processed meat, high refined carbs, red meat, and also a trans fat. After losing weight, how do we maintain our weight loss? Actually, we need a strategy. We need exercise and behavioral therapy. Those topics we're going to review it in another video, coming soon. Let's make a quick summary of what did we learn today. First, a weight loss of 5 to 7% is associated with a lot of benefits, but if we aim for a 10% in our first year, then we're going to have a reduce in our mortality risk for up to 10 years. Also, the rate of weight loss is associated with how many calories we take and how many calories we burn. And the best diets are the Mediterranean diet and the dietary approach to stop hypertension. If we choose a low carb diet, we have to choose healthy choices of fat. If we choose a low fat diet, we have to choose a healthy choices of carbs. Another important factor for choosing a diet is the adherence. If we are not going to follow the diet, then it is not going to work for us. Also, for maintaining weight loss, we need exercise and behavioral therapy. Those topics we're going to review it in another video. Thanks for your time. What do you think about the video? Do you like it? Do you want another video? Do you want to review maybe keto diet, DASH diet, Mediterranean one? If so, please do one of the followings or all of them if you want. First, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any new video. Also, give a like to this video to show your support. Comment if you want to start or you are already on a diet. And lastly but not least, please share this video with 7 people so we can grow as a community and also we can change their life too. Before leaving, I want to thank 3MG, Squirrel Dad, Stephanie Lopez, Manuel Victoria, and Victor Serracin for showing your support. And also, I want to introduce you the new member of our community. Wait. Say hello to... Actually, he doesn't have a name right now. He has been with me just one day. He's a male, he's a Chihuahua. So if you can help me to choose a name, please put in the comments below which name you think that it will fit him. As I say, goodbye and see you later. Bye bye. Toma 1. Cut number 1. Vámonos. Now we have to talk about... no estaba viendo la cámara. Then you can do it. And how many calories we burn. We burn.